Okay.
Mm.
Just give it not any water.
Mm.
You want yours or you drink from mine?
I don't need. Hi, Kumar.
Hold on 1 second, I think.
Good morning, everyone.
I think I'm okay now. All right.
Namaste.
Namaste, everybody.
Morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. So let me put my phone on mute. Let's start with 3 ohms. Please take a deep breath. Namaste everyone. Sri Lakshmi, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Oh, योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, Suresh ji is back. Okay, welcome back.
From India this Friday.
Oh, you're connecting from India. Okay.
No, right now I came back. I said from India is very difficult to connect because different time and all the things, no. So I just came back to USA yesterday.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go. Can you see the Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last week, where did we stop last week?
214, sir.
414. Okay.
Yes, sir. 414.
So we started at 12. Okay. So we said in Sutra 12, that's where we started. So in Sutra 12, we saw that the Sutra is saying the past and future exist in their own form, conditionally separated by dharma. This is what we saw as how the chitta, in the earlier sutra we saw, the chitta has its own identity, right? The ID. And with the result, the karma of that chitta stays with that chitta. So now he is saying the past and future exist in their own form, meaning the data is still there as part of the chitta. conditionally separated by requirements of dharma. So upon death, you go and wait until it fruitions, and uh, that chitta has to be needed here on earth for the cosmic flow. Only then it can be reborn. So that's what this is all about. And then ते व्यक्त सूक्ष्म guna atmana. So here they are in the core of gunas, subtly present, meaning the chitta is never visible, but as a subtle internal presence. So that's the meaning of that sutra. And then in 14, he said Parinama Ekatvat Vastu Tattvam. This is where we stop. The result appears the same in the material principle, that is, software functionality does not change. That is, the chitta's functionality does not change. Um, it can enter into any other chitta and function in a similar way. This is what we also, I think, we saw the example of Adi Shankara when he entered the king's body. One of the more aware queen or intelligent queen, she said, "Oh, there is something different from the time this king woke up from that illness." So she knew, but she could not figure out what it was. Okay, so that's an example of the software function. So the chitta can enter any other body as well, and that's what happens to us upon death. We come back and enter another body. As far as the chitta is concerned, it is one continuous thing. It is moving from one to the other. So now, any questions here up to this point?
So Chitta is another name of soul, right? Because the soul never die. That's what
I don't want to
Bhagavad
use the word soul. I
Bhagavad
want to
Gita
use the
says.
Patanjali. I want to use Patanjali's terminology.
Okay. No, but I
So the
mean,
chitta,
Bhagavad Gita says Atma is Amar, means
yeah,
is all the time. Cannot die.
yes.
So that's what. So is like comparison like Atma and the Chitta is basically the same. Looks like to me.
But in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we differentiate.
Okay.
Yes. By now, you should know, Sureshji, it is different. When you read many things, you must be able to map what is applicable to PYS.
Okay.
Yes. Atma is the core of the Chitta,
Mm-hmm.
the Purusha that we call,
Mm-hmm.
or the modem that we say, the ID that which contains all this. That is the Atma. As far as PYS is concerned. I am not talking
Okay.
about Bhagavad Gita X or Y or Z. No.
Okay.
PYS we say Chitta containing all the software, and then the Samskara. That is the individual Samskara. So you have the operating system Chitta, and then you have the Samskara. So together we call them, most of the times we call it as Chitta. So if we go here, um, okay, Sutra 15, Vastu Samye Chitta Beda Tayoho Vibhaktaha Pantaha Pantaha rather. Vastu Samye Chitta Beda Tayoho Vibhaktaha Pantaha. So Vastu Samye, matter being the same, we saw last week. about all this. We had a nice big presentation by Mohan, and we saw Vastu, that is matter, being the same. We saw that there is no difference between gold and charcoal. We saw that. Chitta Bedat, because the chitta differs in each one, in each of the elements, tayoho, of these, vibhaktaha, separated or different, pantaha, the paths are different. So here is saying, because the material is the same, but the chitta differs from person to person, the chitta is different. We are all unique chittas, correct? Because of samskara. Because the material is the same, because the physical body is the same, it is made of the same material, but the chitta differs. Because of that, their paths, perceptions are different. For the same subject, for the same matter or object, are different. Okay. So here also is given a comment saying same elements like hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, etc., with different program functioning behaves differently as different molecules. This is what we saw last week with the periodic table. So although atomic at the atomic level, all these elements are the same. Meaning they all have electrons, protons, and neutrons. But how many electrons, how many protons, and how many neutrons dictate what type of element it is. So similarly, body, as far as the body is concerned, it's the same. The chitta coming into the body makes all the difference. That's what this is about. Any questions?
So this is what you asked in the poll also.
Huh?
In the poll.
Yes.
Okay. Then I got it wrong.
We'll discuss the poll at the end of the class. Okay. Na cha ekachitta tantram vastu tat apramanakam tada kim sayat. Na cha ekachitta tantram vastu tat apramanakam tada kim sayat. So let's see what this means. Na cha, not or nor, because cha means and or cha means and. So na cha means not or nor. Also, na, also, eka, eka is one, we know that, one or one individual, whatever it is. Chitta, chitta is chitta, we know. Tantram, this flow of energy as governed by chitta. Vastu is matter or object. Tat is that. Apramanakam, not provable. Tada, of that. Kim, what? Sayat becomes is possible. Sayat is perhaps, perchance, possibility. So in effect he says, and the energy flow of each chitta not being the same, therefore matter is perceived differently. What is the possibility of proving that oneness of matter or object? So how I am, this is a very, Patanjali Muni himself is asking a question, posing a question here. What is the possibility of proving that matter or object, in this case, the physical body, as one, as everything as one? Because we understand that through all this, that the energy flow of each chitta not being the same, therefore the matter is perceived differently. We know that. That's why Mohan thinks that he is different from Usha. Usha thinks she is different from everybody else. I think I am different from all of you. We think we are unique,
So where
right?
this E equal to mc square, how it works? E is energy, m is mass, matter, c square. So c is
Yeah.
different for all.
But what I'm saying is we have all this math and equations and all that, but still we perceive each of us differently, right? We don't feel that oneness.
Right, it will be different.
We all think that we are different, despite the fact of all this. So he says, now with all the sutras, we understand. But what is the chance of sadharana knowing this, common people knowing this, or how do you even convince them? That's his question here. So, I mean, we can read the comment here. In the case of human beings, the computing system, the circuitry and embedded software, the matter of the hardware are integrated. Since everything is organic, meaning the chitta and the physical body are integrated. The subtle difference in the computing system makes each person look different, and therefore the realization of the same underlying matter is less obvious. See, physically I look different from Mohan, and so everybody else. So how do we understand? That's what he's asking. So therefore the realization of the same underlying matter is less obvious because of the chitta. I look different. It is the chitta that makes me look different. However much science would say gene, blah blah blah, all that, it all comes from the chitta. It is a it is the making of the chitta. We saw all that with samana when we discussed vayu in third chapter. Udhana, samana, apana, we discussed all that. So the same holds good for each molecule of anything. How can one know the same matter of electrons, protons, and neutrons from elements which bundle in combinations to form molecules with different properties, right? So that is how gold also has the same molecule, has the same electrons, protons, and neutrons. So does carbon. So does some other all the other elements. The difference is the number of the atomic particles, the subatomic particles, the electrons, protons, and neutrons. So that's what he's saying. That is the chitta part. So chitta being different in each of these elements, the elements look different. But if you go into each element, the at the subatomic level, they are all the same. Any questions here?
So silver can be converted to gold, is right?
Huh?
Different conditions. Silver can be converted to gold. Is
No,
same thing. No,
no, no. How can you convert silver to gold?
no,
Can you
because there's
convert Suresh Ji to Subramanian Kumar?
no. But if you have
No, no,
same,
no, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. You're talking
hmm,
without thinking. What
hmm,
makes Suresh Ji different from Kumar?
because the different chittas.
Different chitta. Similarly, silver has a different chitta and gold has a different chitta. Correct?
Yeah, but when I was chemistry class, they said that under different conditions, under different pressure, it can change the atom. Gold and silver is the same kind of
No,
type
we
of
are
thing.
not talking about that. We are talking about
Hmm. Hmm.
under normal temperature pressure,
Hmm.
silver cannot become gold
Okay.
and gold cannot become silver
Hmm.
because the chittas are different.
Hmm.
Because the the electrons, the subatomic particles
Hmm.
combination is different between gold and silver. We saw all that
Hmm.
last week. You were not
Hmm.
here last week.
Okay.
But you have seen this earlier in the last year presentation. You have seen this.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it is saying. Next, any other question? Okay. Tat tat uparaga अपेक्षित्वात् चित्तस्य वस्तु ज्ञाता ज्ञात अज्ञा अज्ञातम् तत् उपराग अपेक्षित्वात् चित्तस्य वस्तु ज्ञात अज्ञातम्. So let's see what it means. That uparaga, uparaga is coloring or how it looks. Apekshitvat, by the expected, observed. Chittasya, of the chitta, vastu, matter or object. Jnata ajnatam is known or unknown. So jnata is jnanam, comes from that. So um, in effect it says matter is known or unknown by the expected coloring of the chitta. Right? Um, so that is what we see, right? Each person looks different because each person has a different chitta. So the chitta makes that person look different. So matter is known, or similarly the same thing with gold, silver, everything. The chitta in that matter, in that gold, makes it look like gold. The chitta in silver makes it look like silver. Okay, let's read this. Maybe it'll also give you some more. So um, physical manifestation can never prove the oneness of matter within. That's what we saw in the period with the periodic table last week, and we are seeing all the sutras connected with that. That's why we did the periodic table last week, because all the sutras you can scientifically you can map it to the periodic table. Continuing the elaboration of the nature of creation. If you had understood the periodic table last week, you will understand all the sutras. Continuing the elaboration of the nature of creation, the point made in these sutras are that matter alone cannot be perceived in the real world, since its perception is mixed with chitta, or programmed view, that makes it difficult to see the matter's identity, to see matter identity. The following questions provide insight into this. What is the difference between two identical pieces of iron, where one is magnetized and the other is not? What is the difference between a stone carved statue and a stone carved statue that is consecrated and imbued with energy in a temple? Why is milk not the same depending on which cow it comes from? Why is one person allergic to something while another person tolerates it? So let's look. What is the difference between two identical pieces of iron where one is magnetized and the other is not? So, first question. In all these four questions noted above, the matter is the same, but the association with the chitta changes its nature. The chitta is different in all these things. That's what you're saying. When the polarities of iron molecules are aligned, it is magnetized and behaves differently. Correct? A piece of iron, when it is magnetized, when we say it is magnetized, we are changing the chitta. This is what Surajji was saying earlier. It can be, the chitta can be changed. So here, the chitta is altered. but the association of the chitta changes its nature. Yeah. When the so are we. Can we change our chitta? Yes. When we get rid of all our samskaras, what remains is the pure chitta, right? And then, if you take all those people who have completely got rid of all the samskaras, they will all look alike, meaning internally they will all be alike because they will be speaking, they will be having the same kind of dharmic intent in them, they will have the same kind of integrity in them, they will hold satya in them. All this yama niyama that we have talked about, all that will be fully established in them. So when the polarities of iron molecules are aligned, it is magnetized and behaves differently. Okay. When a stone statue is consecrated, the vibrations brought into it by the various rituals changes its chitta. So unfortunately, this is not understood by the atheists. And that's why they question, oh, this is just a piece of stone. And you're doing all this, keeping it in the temple. What's the difference? It's the same stone. Yeah, it's the same stone, all right, but the chitta has been altered by the various rituals and the mantras.
Uh, Kumarji, it's more of a discussion. So when you said when chitta is purified, they will have same integrity and same dharmic orientation and all that. But I am thinking that there will be no inclination even for sattva tattva in that being when everything is purified. The neutral and state is what I am thinking as the chitta with purification will look like.
What was the final thing? The sattva?
There will be no inclination towards even sattva guna when purification has happened, and it will be more of a neutral and treat everything equal, is what the purified chitta will look like, is what was in my mind. I might be wrong, so I just wanted to ask this.
Why do you finally say I may be wrong?
No, it should not come across like I'm challenging you or whatever. I'm just
No, yeah.
ask.
I never thought that was a challenge. You're saying what I said in a different way. That's all.
Okay.
The
How is that?
sanskaras, when they go away, what does it mean? The sanskaras are the reason for our gunas, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So what you're saying, is it any different from what I said?
Oh, but orientation of being righteous or dharmic or integrity, those things might
Yeah.
not also exist eventually.
Why are you saying that?
Well, in one of the
Those are the fundamental principles. Without that, there is no purity. Without that, there is no um, gunas being eliminated. When you say the sattva, rajas, and sattva and tamas is not even there, that means the highest level of integrity, highest level of dharma has come.
yeah,
Only then,
that is
only then it can happen.
okay. But is it like are seeking towards nirguna, or is it sattva guna that we are seeking?
See, these things you don't seek; it has to be given.
Huh. Okay.
You can only
Okay.
work on your kleshas and karma.
Okay.
Rest has to be
Okay.
given.
Okay.
We saw a sutra that even to be in the nirvichara state.
Uh-huh.
Nirvichara Vaishara Dehe Adhyatma Prasadaha. To come to even Nirvichara state,
Very difficult.
you are not even talking about Nirbija, etc. Not even Sabija Samadhi. Even before coming to Samadhi state, Nirvichara, from Savichara to Nirvichara, where you do this internal reflection.
Yeah.
Nirvichara, Vaishara Dehe Adhyatma Prasadaha. Adhyatma. Who is Adhyatma? Is that Ishvara. It is Ishvara's Prasada.
Correct.
It is His grace, it is His blessing to get into that state itself. When that is the case, all other states and everything else will depend on Him. From our side, we can only do the Abhyasa Vairagya, which, finally brings it down to Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, all that. That's all we can do.
Mm.
And He's also saying why we are not able to do that, right?
Yeah. It's not
Why are
easy.
we not able to do that?
Vrittis and kleshas and then vasanas.
Why are we having all that?
Those things are sanskaras because of like past
Yeah, I mean
experiences.
the samskaras are preventing us from doing this abhyasa, vairagya, all that, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So, and how do they manifest? They manifest as vyadhisthana, samshaya, pramada, alasya, avirati, bhranti, darshana, alabdha bhumikatva, anavasti tatvani, chitta vikshepastehe, antarayaha. That's the sutra.
Beautiful
Vyadi.
point of view. Okay. Okay. So you're saying, are so, oh, you're saying that we are not able to do that because of that being manifested. Oh, this is really a reverse. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Okay.
it becomes we associate ourselves with all that vyadi diseases, jnana, laziness, or inertia, samshaya, doubts, pramada, carelessness. That's how
Oh,
we are. And then
this brings more accountability on individual. Like when we learned those sutras, my interpretation was different that all these things can be a point where you cannot move further in your spiritual journey. But these are like, Vyadi, if you have
those are the
disease,
obstacles. Those are the
obstacles,
obstacles.
exactly. But I
Yeah,
did
those are
not realize that the that is manifestation of the sanskaras that brings you makes you more accountable on your. Oh, that's
absolutely. It is the
interesting.
manifestation of samskaras.
Oh,
And that is why he says, uh, to get over this, he starts with saying, oh, start with tat pratishedartham ekatattva abhyasah. To get rid of it, start with one tattva, one thing, focus on one thing, and then he gives
mm.
a bunch of things. How you can
Mm, very
start.
good. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other questions? Actually, I posted a question yesterday. I mean, I posted a comment, but confuses yesterday. I don't know. I'm sure most of you have seen it. A person who asks, that's what Confucius says. A person who asks a question
Mm.
looks probably foolish for a few minutes.
Mm.
A person who does not ask a question remains foolish for the rest of
Good
his life.
forever.
His or her life. So choose. Okay. By the same token, the environment of a cow, the second question, or the third question, sorry, we have seen the stone thing.
One
Milk.
second.
Mm,
Just now you told one sutra that Vyadi.
mm.
In which chapter we read that sutra, or it is in the fourth chapter, sir?
It is
No, it is
one
in chapter
first
1.
chapter, 30th sutra.
Okay, okay. Okay, thanks,
Chapter
sir.
1.
I will do. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ushaji.
And he says to get over that, he says in Sutra 33, he says, Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Vishayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. So he says to get over all these things, definitely one thing that we have to do is moderation or detachment. Sutra 33, chapter 1. And he refers this back to that Sutra 33 in chapter 3. So where he says Maitra Adishu Bhalani Baleshu Hasti Baladini. The next sutra. Maitreshu Maitra Adishu Bhalani. Maitra is that Maitri Mudita. Maitra Adishu means Maitra, friendship, etc. So he is referring to Sutra 33. Maitri Mudita, all that he is referring to. What does it give? Balan, it gives strength. And what kind of strength? Hasti Baladini. Strength like an elephant. That kind of strength it gives. From what kind of, where does its strength come from? From detachment. As long as you don't have detachment, there is no strength. When you say strength, we are not talking physical strength. We are talking about mental strength. What is this? Why is this mental strength needed? This mental strength is needed to establish that connectivity with the divine, to see that Ishvara as the real father, and see that Prakriti as the real mother, and to be in awe of Ishvara and Prakriti. So, to do that, you need strength, mental strength. Does it make sense? Everyone is quiet. Okay, let's move on. I'm in a very good mood today, this morning, right? I'm on a roll.
I can make a guess.
Lataji is coming now.
Huh?
Lataji's
Lataji?
boss is back.
But
No, she's not here. She
that's
won't be here for
right.
another 3 months. She won't come back for another 3 months.
Ayyo.
That's right.
Why are you?
I am actually worried you are alone. I want to ask you also
I'm
when
never
she's
alone,
coming back.
Madhavi. I'm never
Yeah,
alone.
Ishvara is there, but
Huh?
somehow I feel.
Can't rely on
Wow.
Ishvara all the time.
Huh?
He is busy
No,
with other things.
I want to send you a message like keep emergency contact on fridge or charge all the time your phone like that. I want to send you. Then I thought, okay, you are so experienced and everything, but somehow I was a little bit concerned about you, sir. That's it.
That means you are already imagining that something will happen to sir.
Not imagining, but I feel like sir is like a family member or close to me. That is the reason.
How's your eyes doing? Your eyes okay now after
Oh,
surgery?
perfect. Perfect. Officially, 2 more weeks.
Oh,
Hmm.
Unofficially, I'm great. Normally, I have an appointment 1 month after surgery. That's when the doctor will certify everything is perfect or whatever, just fully healed. But after 1 week itself, the doctor said, "Oh, there are no restrictions. You can do most of the things, excepting lifting heavy weights, where you put pressure. and any kind of pressure could cause extra rush of blood to the eyes and maybe cause some problems. That's why they say even if when you do uh, when you take up exercise, exercise caution.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's move on. By the same token, the environment of a cow changes its milk, so that if any cow is exposed to radioactivity, the milk carries that radioactivity with it. So the chitta of the cow has changed. The milk in the cow has similarly, while the same matter is consumed by two people, the interaction of the different chittas provides different reactions. Right? My chitta is different from somebody else's chitta. So when I consume that milk or any other food for that matter, not the milk part. The milk part is it's going to affect everybody because the milk contains radioactive material. Similarly, food, any normal food like peanuts affects somebody else. It doesn't affect me because they are allergic. Why are they allergic? The body by itself has no problem. It is the chitta that causes that allergy. While it is clear that Patanjali is distinguishing observed things in existence versus the underlying matter in them, the depth of his reference cannot be fully fathomed by these examples, since in the next sutra he says that Purusha understands the clear distinction between matter and the programmed system that transforms matter into whatever we observe. However, in Sutra 417, he is suggesting that the normal human beings may not be able to understand this. That's what I said, right? Sadharana. How do you explain to Sadharana? And that's what we are trying to do here. Mohan made a presentation last week to lay this foundation for us to understand. And now we are building on that foundation. If that foundation is weak, this cannot be understood. Based on this, we should conclude uh, that the primal particle that constitutes existence with no properties by itself is answering your question, Ashwin. Based on this, we should conclude that the primal particle that constitutes existence with no properties by itself should be considered matter, whereas everything else should be considered matter along with the programmed system with its properties. So, based on this, we should conclude that the primal particle that constitutes existence, that is, that Ishvara, with no properties by itself, should be considered matter, whereas everything else should be considered matter along with the programmed system with its properties, meaning that Ishvara is beyond chitta, which means it is beyond chitta's understanding. Are you enjoying this? You should enjoy. You should enjoy all this. Any questions? Is it too? Is it too much? Too much philosophy? But we are constantly referring to science, so it should be easy to map and understand. If you don't understand, please stop and ask questions. Okay, I will move on. Uh,
Okay, this Kumar
yes,
is going into little more. I mean, the logic is good. That is, we learned in the chapter 1 and 2 that
Yeah.
anything that we see is a perception, modified by all this klesha, samskara, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And which is why everything for everyone, the perception is different. Every chitta is
Mm-hmm.
different, depending on
Mm-hmm.
that. So the reverse part of that is that if you remove all that, then if you remove all this perception, then the matter becomes common, is what he's saying. The same.
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
properties are given by chitta.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this, if we have to extend it beyond human, then inanimate and animate, both kind of objects, stone to everything, then it becomes the final, the philosophy of, everything is Maya comes in, because they're all same, but then because the properties is also conceived by Chitta, including even in inanimate objects. Something like that is what is coming out.
Yes. Yes. See, the the perceptions with all the kleshas that we are going to see is not the true reality that we see,
Correct.
correct? Because of the filters or because of the kleshas, I'm not seeing what I should really see. Although we say grass is green, and and my understanding of green could be different from your understanding of green, right?
Very much. Very much. And not only
I
the
mean,
green.
whatever percentage I'm saying, it could be a minuscule difference in percentage. What I call, sometimes, I have this difficulty with my wife. I will say, "Oh, this is magenta." She says, "Kumar, you don't know. You don't even understand what color is."
I think men have a problem with magenta color.
It answered your question before I comment.
Both are classmates. So.
Similar Klesha.
So it is. So, um, I mean, I took it to the extreme, but this we had this discussion at home many times. I will, I will call it by some color, and she will say, "No, that is not that color. You don't know what that color means." Anyways, so that is my understanding of that color.
Correct.
I'm
No,
I took green because it is something that all of us understand. I took this green.
yeah. Kumar, taking it a little further, forget
Yes,
even the color small difference. If
yes,
suppose some other thing is seeing it with the infrared, it's going to be totally different.
yes. That is
So,
why we have a problem in relationships.
yeah,
What what you say, I perceive it completely differently because of my kleshas. And then I'll say I'm hurt. Right? What is hurt? It is not the body that is getting hurt. It is it is all the working of the chitta. One part of the program uh, uh, is feeling that hurt, is feeling that emotion, hurt emotion, and it passes on to the body, because the software um, by itself has no emotion, right? It has to project it through the body. So it uses the body beautifully as a vehicle to do whatever it wants to do, whatever it wants to express, the chitta. That's what it does. So that's why I say, when the kleshas fall, why would I get upset, or why would I get hurt? Because that part of chitta has been short circuited. That part of the program is dissolved. So I don't get hurt. or I don't get hurt that easily, let us say. I mean, that itself is a huge relief, right?
I have a different comment here. See, the initial chapter, I think chapter 2, one is, of course, very summarized. Chapter 2 was more about understanding the fact that these are like dust or a veil on your inners, that is seeing inwards. So, for you to
Mm-hmm.
understand the workings of how
Yes.
what is happening inside you,
Mm-hmm.
all those explanations of that klesha, or how do you one by one clean out, and it's just more looking inward. Whereas I think here the last 2 3 sutras is more about generally what a body with the chitta is supposed to be for. I mean, it's chitta is the only distinguishing factor, but the matter is the same. So all bodies are same. So this is more
Correct.
like talking of a general perspective, whereas the first two chapters were more about looking inwards and saying that I need to clean up my that. There's one sutra,
Correct.
I'm not able to get that crystal. If I remove the dust from that crystal, then it is like whatever is happening, I will see it without any filters put by my kleshas, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Whereas only in 4, we are coming to the fact that for a Purusha or a creator, we are all the same, except for the fact that there is this chitta, the matter is the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, see why we are discussing this. If you look at it, right at the beginning of chapter 4, we said no more sadhanas, no more any of these things that we discussed in chapter 2 and 3. Here we are going to discuss things in a very general way, and that's what we are doing.
But, sorry, the first sutra in chapter 4 is little confusing. It is totally off topic.
First sutra in chapter 4.
Yes. I will just read out, I mean, what I understood. You
Yeah,
can.
it is. It says it is about Janma
No, no, no. It is
Aushadhi.
about Siddhi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It starts like this: Janma Aushadhi Mantra Tapaha
Samadhi.
Samadhi Jaha Siddhaya.
So Siddhis
He,
come
so
by
he is
birth.
actually, see, this is also a concluding chapter, right? This is a concluding chapter. So, having discussed about all siddhis in chapter in Vibhuti Pada in chapter 3, so he's giving one line as a conclusion to chapter 3.
Because the second sutra is very different.
Yes.
He
So
totally
he has,
gone off on something else.
yes.
So
So the
I mean,
first
at least I
sutra,
felt that
first sutra is actually a conclusion of chapter 3.
it
The
should be the last sutra in the previous chapter. I know. I mean, I
Yeah.
cannot change the organization now, but to me that seems more logical.
Yeah.
Okay,
Point
sorry.
taken.
We can continue.
We'll communicate to Patanjali
Patanjali.
when I get there.
If I get the chance, yes, we can tell him to redo that. Editorial comments.
So one more comment is that this while I understand to some extent that individual chitta perception is what is making the matter look different or whatever, but then almost everybody else is seeing, for example, Earth as a globe or a mountain as a triangle kind of thing. So, but we never talked about a collective chitta, correct? Unless we connect this to one chitta which has been split into multiple. That is why
Mhm.
collectively they, almost everybody sees a matter in a particular way. The perception, I do not know how to explain that, but the collective chitta is something I'm not able to connect again.
So you're not able to connect the collective chitta.
Connect collective chitta's perception. There is a perception, as you said, there may be small difference, but you see green, I also see green, everybody else is seeing green. if it is from individual perception point of view, how come everybody is saying it is a green? Then that means it has to be a collective chitta, correct? Somewhere it has to be.
I mean, see, we all say a particular shade as green, right? Even in green, we have dark green, pale green, olive green, apple green, so many things, right? When it comes to those kinds of shades, and in that spectrum, I'm saying, how do I differentiate between leaf green and apple green or olive green? Yeah, maybe a lady can do that. I can't.
That is collective perception and individual perception is what Mohanji are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what.
Maybe
Yeah. See, dark green we
Correct.
all understand as, and when we say dark green itself, it's a spectrum. I'm saying, right? I may be calling one particular shade of dark green as dark green. Mohan may be calling one shade of dark green as dark green. That's a spectrum.
I think there we get into, suppose I'm an artist, then I'll only go by the RGB or CYNK.
Yeah,
I would say what is the
yeah. That's
components,
what I'm saying.
red,
That
green, and blue, because that
yeah.
defines the color more correctly. But I think Mohan's point is that is there a collective intelligence of recognizing certain things?
I think it's
No,
more of a consensus, like agreement than uh, I feel it's it's not a perception. I think individual will have their own perception, but then they don't have
the way we have
aware.
to look at that is the way we have to look at it is see the truths that have been published in Sanatan Dharma. You take Bhagavad Gita, it's the same truth. Maybe it is stated it differently, meaning what is stated in one line here, Sri Krishna talks about it maybe in three slokas or four slokas. Same thing with any of the Upanishads. The truth is no different, but expressed in different ways. And that's how we have to see this. Because finally, all the information that we are discussing, it is originated from Ishvara, and we have taken that, and then we are shredding it, and then trying to see uh, how we are able to match up, irrespective of any religion. The truths are the same. Just because one religion does not believe, Christianity does not believe in reincarnation, does not mean it is not there. It just means that religion has not looked at it, right? The rest of the collective chitta, mostly the Indic religions, they understand this concept.
For example, connect collective perception. Like, oh, before they say Earth is flat. Now, collective chittas now found the Earth is round. So everybody knows, all chittas know that Earth is round.
You know, there may be some chitta even today
Hmm.
which uh, which believes that the Earth is flat. See, how many people understand the phenomenon of eclipses? I've told you this in the class
Yeah,
before
we know.
my before my mother passed away when she was in her 80s. I asked her once about eclipse, and I was surprised when she said, "Yes, I know what an eclipse is." So I asked her, "What is it?" And she said, "One snake will come and grab and swallow the moon."
Hmm.
Okay, this is, I'm talking about 10 or 15, 10 or 12 years back, or maybe 15 years back.
Hmm.
Mm. Because that chitta, my mother's chitta, did not have an opportunity
Hmm.
to understand it scientifically. I do not know how many in this group still think that a Ragu snake or a Ketu snake, Ragu snake is coming and grabbing the moon.
Well, when we educated, we know what is eclipse. We studied in the college and the schools. We know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, not everyone gets that opportunity
Hmm.
to go to school or college. But even people who have gone to school and college still believe in certain things.
Hmm.
Mm. Because their whatever they are following at home or through their samskaras.
You asked a different question. I mean,
So they don't want to change it. They don't want to change.
mental.
Hmm.
Mm. I mean, I will take a simple example. Take the case of a woman in a period, monthly period. Those days, they used to be kept out of the house. A house meaning they will be assigned one room. That's where they have to be, and all that. Later on, so many things have come. We have come to a developed state, and even now there are homes where such things are happening. I'm not finding fault. Please understand this. I'm not finding fault with whatever beliefs people want to have. I'm trying to prove a point that despite all this understanding, scientifically understanding and having various objects that can be bought from stores to stay hygienic, we still hold these beliefs. With
Yeah.
when I am in period, I should not pray, or I should not do puja. You're praying and you're doing puja to the same Devi. Won't the Devi have periods? Logically, we have to think, right?
Yes.
Yes. If you bring a Devi uh, into a into a form, into an idol, then the Devi also has to fall into the same set of rules. Anyways, this is the question my wife posed to me as soon as I got married, within maybe a year or 6 months or whatever, and we had a big fight, and we never agreed at that point. Later on, when Yana came, I said, "You were right. You're right."
That,
Fortunately, the Yana came pretty soon. Anyways, uh, Sutra 18. Sutra 18. Sada ज्ञाताः चित्तवृत्तयः तत्प्रभोः पुरुषस्य अपरिणामित्वात् सदा ज्ञाताः चित्तवृत्तयः तत्प्रभोः पुरुषस्य अपरिणामित्वात्. So actually, we saw the sutra earlier. We had mentioned Sutra 18. So sada is always, we know that. Jnataha is knowing. Chitta vrittayaha, we know that too. Expressions of the chitta, which we normally call as vrittis. Atat prabhoho, that Lord Creator. So this is, I think, the first time he's using the word prabho to refer to Ishvara, that Creator, that Lord Creator. Purushasya, of the Purusha, aparinamatvat. because unaffected. That's the meaning of aparinamitva. Because the Purusha is unaffected, the Chitta's expressions are always known by the Lord Creator Prabhu. Meaning, he is beyond a Chitta. He is not a Chitta. That's what we understand from this sutra. This is what we read earlier too. Because the Purusha is unaffected, he can see all the Chittas. He understands all the Chittas. The Chitta's expressions are always known by the Lord Creator Prabhu. And this also, in a way, tells us because the Lord understands all the Chitta, when the Chitta is desperately praying, obviously Ishvara, if he thinks that something has to be done, he will do. I'm going to cover one more sutra and I'm going to stop. Na tat swa abhasam dashyatvat. Na, na tat swa abhasam dashyatvat. So na we know not or nor, tat that, swa abhasam. Swa is self, self luminescent. Drishyatvat, being caused to see or to be seen. So being caused to see or be seen, that chitta is not self luminescent, meaning the luminescence for the chitta comes from Ishvara, and that's the part we are calling as Purusha, the conscience, which we say, right? That is that luminescence. It is not. It is not. There is no self luminescence. When there is no self luminescence, how can there be self intelligence? It cannot be, right? Everything has to come from there. So this sutra is that being caused to see or be seen, the chitta is not self luminescent. I'm going to stop here. Any questions?
What is the purpose of this particular sutra, Kumarji? Why, why is
So,
this?
yes. So this is logically coming to that. So because in the previous sutra he says the creator, because he has now logically presented how that Purusha or Ishvara is not a chitta.
Hmm.
He is beyond that because he has created the chitta. The very first chitta of Prakriti was created by him. So he is not a chitta, he is beyond that. And now he says, because of that, the self luminescence for each of the chitta is not its own. What is the meaning of this? That's why he is stating this. It's not that we didn't know. Now, yes, most of the sutras that we are seeing here, many of the sutras, I should say, many of the sutras, we have seen bits and pieces of this in earlier chapters. But now he is nicely, beautifully presenting it in that sequence. I mean, what he is saying, all of us are the same fundamentally, but accepting Ishvara, he does not fall into this category. He stated this long back in chapter 1. He stated there, he said klesha karma vipako aparamrishta purusha vishesha ishvara klesha karma ashehi aparamrishta purusha vishesha ishvara, he said. There he only mentioned about klesha karma, that he is beyond the klesha karma cycle. He is not affected, aparamrishta. He is unaffected by that. Yeah, now he is presenting a much more scientific background to this. With me?
Yeah, but I still have uh, some level of question, but I'm not able to articulate it. Maybe if I have that, usually what's happens, like, I have a question, and after two or three sutras, there will be answers. So I'll be patient.
Good. Patience is a great virtue.
You said
Finally,
that
you know, just a few sutras down, he says, "What is there to know? There is nothing to know."
Ishvara knows all the chittas, and he
Yes.
said when you say to pray to him, it can change chittas program. Is that right?
What is that?
He said that Ishvara sees all chittas.
Correct.
Yeah. So if you,
Let me hold you there.
Mhm.
You don't have to believe me. I am not saying
Mhm.
that. So logically, we
Oh,
have to see. No, no. Logically,
Mhm.
we have to see. Why is it?
Mhm. Mhm.
Why does Ishvara know all chittas?
He's above all his kleshas and everything.
No, no. You should
And,
not go by. You should not go by Purana. We
Mhm.
must logically understand. Why are we saying that? Where did Prakriti come from?
Because he created the chittas. Purusha created the chittas.
Because
That's what
Purusha.
some sutra said.
Okay, I mean, effectively, the first chitta, that is Prakriti, was created by Purusha, by Ishvara, correct?
Yes.
And then Prakriti created the cosmic chitta, the very first chitta that she created was the cosmic chitta. And then the cosmic chitta is the one which which has created all other chittas. This is the sequence that we saw. Yes or no? People, you have forgotten. So, if- in effect, every chitta has come from Ishvara. Yes, Surajji.
yeah.
Yeah. We should not blindly go by the Purana things and say, oh, Ishvara is above. So we have to understand why we are saying that. Sarvam Krishnarpanam, we will say.
Yeah.
Right? But without
Yeah.
understanding. That's why what we say and what we do are different. They have to be in sync.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some Bhagavad Gita and something. Like, this is basically same thing, but I mean, the Bhagavad Gita says, Sarva Dharma Parityaja Mamekam Sarvaraja Apebhyo Mokshyamicha. So, Sarva Dharma
You tell
Parityaja.
me, Sureshji, you tell me, very simple things you have to take in life.
Hmm.
There are so many love songs in
Hmm.
Hindi movies,
Hmm.
but they all all those songs are different, but they all referring to the same theme, right?
Yes.
The truth is the same,
Hmm.
that man or woman can be in lust. I mean, all these love songs are about lust, nothing else. It is not
Hmm.
love per se, because this what we are saying as Hindi songs or Tamil songs or whatever movie song. It is about lust.
Hmm.
Love means with no conditions, unconditional.
Hmm.
All these songs are all conditional,
बोलो बोलो
conditional
Hmm.
love.
Hmm.
Only you have to only like
क्या
me.
कर रही
You
हूँ
should not like anybody
बोलो
else,
क्या करूँ
Hmm.
समझाओ बोलो
right?
Hmm.
Anyways,
Hmm.
I don't want to get into that right now. So
Hmm.
the thing is, we have to understand why we say all chittas have emanated from, have come from Ishvara. We have to understand. We have to understand clearly. We must, at least in the fourth chapter, we have to understand each and everything that we have been speaking about. This is the conclusive chapter. There's nothing more after this. If we still have doubts, only Ishvara has to clear that.
I cannot hear anything that you're saying because Rajashri ji is holding a cute little baby. I mean, it's so cute. Hi.
Yeah.
That is the
I'm
klesha.
sorry, I
That
have
is
to
the
hold her
klesha.
because
That is the klesha that is getting distracted.
I'm sorry.
Even that I
Her
cannot
father
hear.
and
It's
mother
so
both.
cute.
Yeah, that's
Kumar,
so
this is
cute.
good klesha.
Oh, no, no, please don't give her away.
Yeah, why did
Actually,
you
her
give her
father
away?
and mother both are sick.
Yeah, you keep her.
Yeah, keep her.
So
That's
no, no,
okay.
no. This is Ashwini's klesha, which is distracting her and creating chitta vrittis. And we also saw vrittis. We saw about vrittis. Vrittayah panchatayah klesha klishtaha aklishtaha. They can be pleasurable, right? They can be pleasurable. So this is a pleasurable chitta vritti.
So
Anyway,
I have some foolish question I'll ask you. Because of Patanjali wrote Patanjali Sutra, everything. So I mean, Patanjali got all perceptions. What he perceived, he expresses in all his sutras and his books. So he's a super chitta. I mean, because we are discussing Patanjali Sutra, and Patanjali wrote all the sutras. Understand? So Patanjali understand everything. I mean, he's superman who experienced this thing and and uh, and giving it in his sutras and book. He wrote a book because he knows everything because we discuss. He knows everything and he expressed and wrote in his book. So
you went to India. You went to India, the
yeah.
land of spirituality, and you're
I
saying
know.
something super dumb. Sorry,
Not super
I
dumb. Just as I asked him a police. That's why I said asking foolish question. Foolish question. That's why I said first.
see. There is no superhuman. Where is
Hmm.
this coming from? Tell me. Where is the intelligence coming from? Where is the information? Where is it coming from?
Ishwara, we said.
So we have seen sutra saying that we are all instruments. Correct?
I know.
Ah,
But
we are
particularly
only an
Patanjali.
instrument.
Yeah.
We are only
Yeah.
an instrument.
Hmm.
Why are we praising that instrument? Because we are stupid. That's why we
Hmm.
start praising instruments.
Hmm.
See,
Yeah, but Patanjali is one.
I always give this example because people understand this example. Take a
Hmm.
screwdriver. Okay, you want to tighten a screw, you take a screwdriver, you put it on the screw and you tighten it. Correct? There are three
Yeah.
or four screws to be tightened, you tighten all the screws and you tightened it. And for another screw, this screw doesn't fit there, so you take another screwdriver and you tighten that screw. All the screws are tight now. Can one screwdriver say, it's only because of me all the screws were tightened?
No.
Can the screwdriver claim any recognition for tightening the screws? Who should get the recognition?
Screwdriver.
The person who is doing it. The
Yeah.
person who is doing it, correct?
Yeah.
So if I am the screwdriver, I'm an instrument, right? I am the screwdriver. Who is activating me? Ishwar.
Ishwara.
So everything goes to him, right? The praise goes to him. So
There are only.
Patanjali
Yeah.
Muni
Hmm.
also is an instrument.
Hmm.
Ah, correct? That's all, and no more.
Yeah, but I mean, Ishwara gave him to
You're again
present
coming to
all.
that.
No, no, but
Again
presenting
coming to
all
that.
these things to us.
You're again coming to that. We have seen sutras. What did you say? Based on the cosmic requirements, chittas are created.
Hmm.
The requirements. Based on the cosmic requirement, Chitta is created. So Patanjali Muni Chitta was created based on the cosmic requirement that he has to come to earth and then get all this knowledge and
mm,
then give it to the entire universe.
mm.
Does it make the instrument any better, any more valuable? All instruments.
Okay.
In the eyes of Ishvara, all of us are equal. We have to do our function in the cosmic flow. Each one of us is here for a specific purpose.
Mm. The same thing applied to
We have
Krishna
to,
too.
only thing is, we have to find out what the purpose is. We all have a purpose. One purpose is common for all of us. What is that
Mm.
purpose, Rajeshri?
Seek God
Why?
to clear the kleshas and karmas.
That is the answer. And in clearing out the kleshas, samskaras, let us say samskaras, what happens?
They have to go all through these dramas, whatever, the
No, no, no.
life.
What happens? We clear out all the samskaras. What happens? Why are we
No
clearing out
life.
all? Why are we
Not to
clearing out
get
all that?
not to get another life, not to take another janma.
Okay, that is one part. If you don't get another janma, what happens to the chitta?
It reaches, I mean, it gets into Ishvara's soul, Ishvara, or we dissolve. We
I mean,
dissolve.
dissolving is getting into Ishvara, not otherwise.
Yeah.
Dissolving means becoming part of Ishvara.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can still be there. We have seen, anyway, we'll see sutras on that too later on. So that is the purpose of life. This is the purpose of life for everyone.
Mm.
No difference. Sarala, do you understand the purpose of life?
Yes.
Yes. It's the same for everybody all over the world. Doesn't matter what religion, yeah, what ethnicity, doesn't matter. It's the same for everyone. But in that process, we are going to be here for 70 years, 80 years, 50 years, 30 years, whatever, 100 years, 120 years, doesn't matter. During that time, we also have to be useful to this world. That is what is called as swadharma. If you discover your swadharma at a very early age, then you can live without that stress about work. What you're how you're going to discharge your duties. The earlier one discovers, the better. Obviously, right? It's a no-brainer. So the purpose for everyone is to clear out their samskaras and merge with the divine and merge with Ishvara and not to come back ever. There is no other purpose. Think about it. All this family, all that is to enable us to get there, not otherwise.
Kumarji, do you agree with the concept that some people's Swadharma can be against the societal rules, or like, a Sattva guna, like, uh, to bring about the balance? Can some people be on purpose be Rajas, or like, or what I'm saying is villains are essentials as per to bring about the balance in the life
How
cycle.
were,
Do you
how were villains created? What makes a person villainous?
exactly, Mike?
What
Yeah. So
what What makes the person villainous?
Kleshas.
His
They,
kleshas. His
yes.
klesha. Correct? His kleshas.
So I have been pondering upon this story of Jaya and Vijaya, who is Dwarapalakas of Lord Vishnu. And one of the Muni was trying to get into Vishnu's, Sannidhana, and then he was stopped from going there. And he cursed this Dwarapalakas with staying away from Vishnu for eternity. And then they chose to be in three lives enemies of Lord Vishnu, and versus bhaktas of Lord Vishnu for seven lives, right? And they got birth took birth as Narsimha's who was that
Prahlad.
no, not Prahalada, like the
Okay. Prahlad's
Rakshasas.
father.
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyagarbha and
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyaksha and Hiranyagarbha are
Hiranyakashipu.
nobody other than
Hiranyagarbha.
Jaya and Vijaya. So their chitta is actually like serving Lord, but they manifested as Rakshasas in one of their lives to I don't know. You know what I'm asking, Kumarji. You're smiling. I know you know what I'm asking.
See, when we read Purana, we have to ponder and see how it is reflective of the chitta and its kleshas and karmas. Why Subramanian Kumar was a demon at certain stages in his life, and now he is talking Patanjali Yoga Sutra as if he is the saint. Right?
Yeah.
It is because of the kleshas. It is because of the karma patterns. We come here and we saw that sutra. The experiences that we have in this lifetime are based on karma. Right? Sati mule tad vipako jati ayu bhogaha. Bhogaha are the experiences. The experiences in this life are based on the fruitioning of the karma. So, if if that karma is to be born this way and to based on the kleshas, it is going to act in a demonic way in certain times in my lifetime. It is going to do that. Can I prevent it? Yes. How? If I had the jnana. If I had the jnana, yes, I could. But the karmic patterns are, are arranged in such a way that even if there was a gurukulam that was present, and if I may not absorb that part of the teachings in the gurukulam,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, and only after I undergo, um, after I manifest all these demonic things and get beaten up by life, only then I'll, oh, this is what my guru told me was teaching, and I didn't pay attention at this point of time. See, yeah, Mohan presented periodic table last week. You were not there, Ashwini. You missed it. Anyway, you can
I'll see
watch it
the
on that.
recording. I'm looking forward to
You
it.
know, you know periodic table, so it's not that you don't know, but the way
Present.
we discussed it and connected with Patanjali Yoga Sutra is the main thing. Um, so I lost my thought. Uh, Why did I say that? I forgot. Uh, so anyway, if it comes back, I will get back to that. Anybody who can put me back on track?
I don't know, but I have a different related thought. Okay, what Ashwini was saying. So there is, sorry, Priya wanted to say something.
Oh no, Shaji. I wanted to ask for Ashwini's question. What is the direct answer, or what? I don't understand what Kumarji was telling. What is the direct answer? That's what I wanted to ask.
Get to the point.
What is the direct answer for what?
Some avatar, not avatar, some creations are born with like the Puranas said, right? The Hiranyakashipu, all these things. Due to the curse of the Muni, they were born like this. They are intended to born like that way. Um, it is not as per the Purana. What my
Hold on. Generally, we have seen sutras
mm,
where I can curse, forbid me, God forbid me. Supposing I throw a curse that you will become like this, right?
mm, mm.
It is not the curse, it is how the other person receives it and starts thinking about it. We saw that. That is the reaction part. The reaction part alone creates that karma in us.
Oh yeah, right. Mm,
Okay?
okay. Mm,
Supposing Rishi curses me and I don't and I don't react to his curse, then nothing will happen to me. That's the beauty. That is what we studied, right? As sutras. How did we accumulate karma? By reaction, correct?
Yes.
Right? So if a Muni is going to, if a sage is going to curse me saying that you're going to become a monkey in
mm.
your next birth, and I start reacting to that, oh, I will become a monkey. Will I become?
No.
I mean, such a
Mm.
big Muni. That reaction causes that karma build up in me, and next birth I will become a monkey.
So is it like you keep doing all the wrong things, but think that I'm not doing the wrong thing? Then that I'm not reacting to whatever I'm
I
doing.
answered this
So
question. I answered this question. This question was asked. I answered this question. Since Priya, you
Why can't you
hard till
tell
you
one
laugh.
more
Tell
time?
me what was the answer that I gave.
That's what I said. Why can't you give the answer one more time?
See,
No, I mean, I cannot explain like you. I don't want to blabber here something.
putting me on a pedestal. Okay, all right. So when you say I am doing a wrong thing, Rajasri, right? Your conscience knows it is wrong. Correct? Your conscience knows it is wrong. Yes or
yes,
no? Yes.
yes, yes,
So I may not react. I may still say, I mean, killing Rajasri is good. I may think like that. I may kill you, but my conscience is telling me don't kill Rajasri. Correct? Killing is wrong.
yes,
Is there an adharmic thing to that?
yes. But my question
Adharma is
is,
wait, wait,
yeah,
wait,
yeah,
wait. Adharma. There is adharma involved in that, right?
yes,
I may not react, but adharma will bring that karma. Only if it is dharmic, only if it is dharmic and I react, then I'll get that good karma part. For adharma,
so
it
who,
is already there. It can become more severe with my guilt and reaction. With me? Supposing I do a very adharmic act, I become corrupt. Okay? Meaning, that's what all many government servants in India would say. Oh, everybody is taking money, I have to take money. Because my otherwise my wife says I am no good. See, that's what they would say. Men would say that my wife says I'm an idiot if I don't take money. Because everybody else is I'm in the government job to take money. Because I have that power. But as a man, I may justify it, and I may not even face any consequences for the rest of my life. I may not. But does is it adharmic or not? It is adharmic, correct? So I am certainly going to face karma. I'm certainly accumulating bad karma because of that adharmic act. Though I'm because the conscience, even for the most corrupt person, the conscience when they start doing taking bribes, initially it will tell them don't take bribes. It is not the right way of life. This is against dharma. It will tell them. But over a period of time, they silence it. And that is why more corrupt a person is, the more alcohol he has to drink. Otherwise, he cannot go to sleep in the night. Alcohol or drugs he has to take. Because the conscience, the moment he closes his eyes, the conscience starts shouting, hey,
What about a
Stalin.
person? Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Now, if a person kills a person and thinks that it's
Mhm.
not right, and it is dharmic also, the cosmic flow itself is saying, because he has some purpose to do, he is born
Yeah,
to.
that's what I'm saying. That is why I
Who
use the word
decides? Who
dharmic.
decides dharma and adharma then? That question. And second question is, if a person is out of his mind, he is insane, and he does a killing, he kills someone, then where is dharma and adharma to him? Where is his conscious? Who decides all that? Prakriti, Purusha. Purusha has that much.
Purusha has put all these rules already. All these rules have been built already.
See,
All these rules
dharma
are dharma itself is subjective. Okay, it is not absolute. We saw this. A soldier goes and shoots another human being because he's infiltrating. He's trying to come into his country. His job is to prevent any kind of enemy coming into his country. Is that dharmic, Rajeshri?
is doing his dharma. So
Wait, Suresh. Surajji, wait. Let
Sorry, I
Rajeshri
missed
answer.
it, sir. Sorry. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
No, a soldier who is at the border, his job is to prevent any infiltration, to prevent any enemy walking into his soil. So he sees an enemy coming into his soil and he shoots him down. Is that adharmic?
No, it is not adharmic. It is dharmic because he's
It is
given
dharmic,
that job.
right? That is his job,
That's what. Yeah.
right? So the same soldier is going and fighting a war and he is in the enemy territory and then he shoots and kills somebody who is innocent, okay, just because he has a gun and he feels like, you know, triggering the gun, he shoots innocent women and children and men. Is that dharmic?
It is not dharmic. It's adharmic.
It, so it is simple. Dharma is not that difficult to understand. Each person's conscience will tell them. Even when that, even when that soldier takes the gun and starts molesting women, I mean, all these things we read, right? When a war happens, and the losing country goes through all this, men come and molest women, they shoot and kill men and children and women also. Do you mean to say the soldier's conscience will not tell him? It will. It will tell him. But he silences it. And then he says, to get to this point, I have sacrificed so much. I'm just building a story. Okay. I have sacrificed so much. I have to come away. I had to live without my, I mean, away from my family for 6 to 10 months in heat, in cold, without water. without proper food. I had to sacrifice so much. Now, for having waited for 8 months with no with no woman by my side, now it's my time, and I'll satisfy my biological hunger, my sexual hunger. I'll satisfy. That is what his kleshas will justify. But his conscience will tell him, no, don't do it. It's not dharmic. So conscience is there in each one of us to tell us which is dharmic and which is not adharmic.
I have one more question. Sorry if you
So
have time,
why
sir.
I'm saying not to go into insane if some mad fellow. Let's not worry about all those things.
Let's not worry.
Let us talk only about our
Us,
conscience and
our
how,
conscious.
if I understand my conscience, let me behave per my conscience. My conscience
I
should
have
would never ever say, because somebody is not listening to me, slap him. It will never say that. It will only say,
so
explain to
when
him
these
one more.
things, yeah, understood, sir. So when I see things happening like sorry, no one should be annoyed. Um, Gang rapes, a innocent girl getting raped and all. Shouldn't I react? You said like we should not react to get kleshas. So what do we do? Just sit and watch?
Oh my God, Rajeshwari, I've answered this question when we had this too. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Punya Vishayanam Bhavanataya Chitta Prasadanam. When that sutra came in chapter 1 itself, we discussed this. When apunya things happen, if you can do something, go and do it. Don't sit and react. You can do something, go and do it. Otherwise, move away. Mind your stuff. When can you do? So there was an election couple of days back in Tamil Nadu. People have been complaining about the present state government for 5 years. Now is the opportunity during the election to get rid of that government. Correct? Now, if you don't exercise your vote, you don't exercise your vote, or at this time, just before the elections, whoever is the MLA, politician in that constituency, he comes and hands out 10,000 rupees. Please put it, please cast your vote for me. You do that. Is it against your conscience or not?
Yes.
Yes. An opportunity has come. And at that time you get corrupt. And then you blame about corruption. Because you are
Sir,
corrupt,
it's not about the
if I
social
am,
thing. I'm asking about my reactions, sir. I can't go and do anything. I can't do
No,
anything. But then
Rajeshri,
that is
just
what
what?
I'm saying, Rajeshri. If you
How
can
should
do
I
something,
react?
no,
Just
do
Rajeshri.
it.
There is a sutra which talks very clearly. You cannot harm others by action or inaction.
yes.
So what you are saying is inaction. You have to act. If that is what your swadharma or your conscience says, that you have to now take action, whatever to your level, whatever you can do, you have to inform, you have to write in a paper, you have to put it in a Facebook, whatever way.
Exactly. Something
You have
happened.
to
I
do
put
that.
in my schoolmates group that this is wrong, and someone just left the group.
That's
So,
okay. That all will happen.
it's the
Accept that.
religious,
That is
it
fine.
was on
Accept
the
that.
religious thing.
No, no, no.
There
Accept that.
are two ways you can do. One is you can protest and you can, say that this is wrong. There is an affirmative action. See, in any problem, people also talk of something called the affirmative action. So, what is affirmative action is, can you do something to prevent such things happening? So, look at the community. Maybe that it's the girl is going for special classes late in the evening. The roads are not very well lit. So these are all the problems also adding to the situation, right? So is there something we can do to take care of that, or teach the women that mental strength, teach them judo? Next time somebody tries to attack them, they will be able to fight back. See, these are all, I would say, you don't have to keep quiet, but you don't have to just talk of what is wrong, because that is just noise. We are not doing anything to solve the problem, but we can solve the problem. You can have a neighborhood watch. So patrol the roads at evening 7 o'clock, because you know the children are coming back from tuitions. There's so many ways we can take care of it. Sorry, I get in.
Yes. No, you are right. Actually, I can't, put my question in
See,
public, but then you can
respond.
understand, like, there are girls who are like, only
Rajashri, the
family
idea is
members
to
molest. So I know
Rajashri,
that person is wrong. Yeah.
I know.
Sorry,
Rajashri,
sorry.
Understood.
Rajashri, respond, not react.
Yes.
Okay.
Respond.
And also
Respond.
respond in a positive way so that it has a
Correct.
better impact, lasting
Yes.
impact. It makes a change. It should make a change. You just don't want to
Yeah.
solve this problem, right? It's like the guys,
Yeah.
our neighborhood, they fix the road potholes. He's only doing one reactive. He'll fix the pothole today. Tomorrow it'll again come off. Again he'll come and fix the pothole after we complain. So that's not solution.
Actually, here in USA, if there is a pothole, there is a number. You can call them and you can tell them there is a not the 911, there is another 311 or something like that. You can call them and you have to tell them where exactly the pothole is. You have to give the intersection, east, west, north, south, and which intersecting roads. You give them 2 days or whether a day later or something, it will get fixed.
Good for
So
you
one
guys.
can take action. One can take action. Or I can sit at home and say, oh, there's pothole there. People do that too. Here also they do. And similarly, a few homeless people, they will be on the sidewalk when you go. So I can complain, saying, oh, whenever I walk, I see this. I myself have called this number or the sheriff's office. I'll say, hey, here there is the homeless person, and then they come and take him away and put him in a homeless. There are many places where they can put him, but all these people, that homeless place where they take them, it's not like a highly secure place where they are. It's not like a prison. They can walk out anytime. So after 2 days, the fellow will be here back again. So then I call the cops. As much as I can do, I'll do. That's all I can do. I cannot go. What I should not do is take stones and throw at that fellow, at the homeless person, or take a stick and beat him up. Those things I should not do. So there is a response and there is a reaction. Reaction is taking a stone and hitting him. Response means being responsible. That's where it comes from. Did I answer your
So
question? It's really enough.
Yes, sir. Because
I want to
Yeah,
just make it a little bit lighter. Karma is a thing which very difficult to explain. I mean, you would have heard the story. Somebody said that unfortunately a small bird just fell down. So the other guy said that's its karma. But fortunately, it fell on a bundle of hay. That is its karma. It escaped. But unfortunately, there was a pin there. Oh, that is its karma. It had to be killed. But then, fortunately, there was a wind which pushed it away. It goes on. So you do not know which is the right karma, right?
yeah, that fact that is happening, sir. How should the observer react? Either
Respond,
react
not react.
or
These are why
Respond.
okay. Yes, got my point. Because Priya was there, Tammy also, many, I think, someone asked a question, not a question actually, someone asked to pray because of this war in Dr. Rajan's book discussion class. He said, Cosmic will take care of it. That's all he said. So why he didn't say that I okay we'll join in the prayers. He didn't say anything. He just said that's what had
why you know why he didn't say anything? You know why he didn't
that's
say anything?
what's he didn't react, or what does it
That is correct.
what
You
does
know
it
why he
mean?
didn't
He
say anything?
just, I want to know that why. That's what.
See, if he says in support of USA, then there are many democratic people, the Democrats.
It was not about the countries or anything, sir. It had to do
No,
with the
no,
a
no. It
prayer
is
for
not
the
about.
gone souls.
Huh? It's about the.
The It was about the group prayer for the dead
Peace.
people, the people who,
Peace.
yeah, deceased people.
Prayer for the peace. Prayer for peace.
Pray,
Yeah.
right. That's
No,
what
if you
Priya
have
is
the
right.
pray, no, if you want to pray,
Even
you
he
pray.
didn't react for the even that.
If you want to pray, you pray. Nobody is preventing you from doing that.
Why he didn't say?
The fact of the matter is there is a war. Why did the war come? It's an act of karma. Right or wrong is not the question. That's not what we are discussing. It's an act of karma. Why for so many years US kept quiet and suddenly one day it goes and drops bombs in Iran? So you must ponder on all these things, Rajeshwari. The answers will come. And you must ponder on all these things. They're all good questions, but you must ponder.
I was
Without
just going to
pondering,
say sorry if I'm asking the wrong. Yeah, if I'm asking
no, no,
some
no, you're not
silly
asking the wrong
questions.
question. You must ponder. You must ponder. Why only the war? There are so many. What about Ukraine war? Did everybody pray for that? Now Iran war has come and the oil prices are going up. Now it is pinching me, so I will pray.
Oh no, no. At that
Ah,
time, at that
ah,
time, um,
ah.
this is basically from Rita. Rita is on the Iran side of some caves, mountains, so she's good. So that is the reason it is initiated. Ukraine said if person has started joined the class, they could have told something. It is basically the person who is located in Iran, some nice place actually.
That's all I'm saying. Everything is self-serving. That's all I'm saying. Finally, it come down to self-serving.
Lebanon, Priya, I think it
Lebanon,
is.
beautiful. Yeah, Lebanon. That's a beautiful.
Lebanon. Okay. So the, this is not the only thing. So many international events are taking place. This is not the only thing. Did we all pray when China was getting ready to walk into India? Or did this other countries in the world where they were, did they pray?
But definitely
Did
we
every
feel, forget about the countries, forget about the war and all. We definitely feel for the people who are dying, the innocent people who are dying, right?
But that is their karma.
why are they dying? Rajeshri, you
Their
have to
karma.
think. Why are they, their karma? Of course,
Their karma.
their karma. Do
Well,
you know
all
in
this
your
war,
previous birth also you might have done, you might have died in a war? How do you know? You don't. ponder.
See, all these war are created
Ponder.
by the Prakriti. I mean, there are some reasons for them, no, to balance the things. So this is so. I mean, we can respond or we can pray, but I mean, you don't think much
Prakriti
because
does
it's
not. Prakriti.
all,
Prakriti
all
does not
created by
create all this.
the Ishvara or God. I mean, this is going to happen, going to happen. There's so many wars
No,
that
no,
happen every
no,
time.
no, no, no. It is created by the kleshas of people.
I know, but I mean,
Every war, every war is because of ideological differences. It's because of
war.
ideological difference. It could be religious difference. It could be scientific difference. You're not able to agree. That's why wars come. Why do we have fights and arguments at home? Because two different viewpoints.
Because I mean, this
See,
this is a creative.
I,
I
I
mean,
had the I had the opportunity of meeting my wife for nearly 6 to 7 weeks before we got married. Every day we will meet. We'll have a good time for 2 3 hours and then we'll walk away. She will go to her house. I will come to my house. And uh, during that courting period, I asked once my wife, how do two people in love, why do they have an argument? Why do they fight? She said, oh, Kumar, I don't know. Why would they ever do this? I also don't know. So, a few times we have talked about this, but every time we'll say, no, no, it will never happen to us. It took less than one day after marriage to have the first argument.
The coffee residue.
Huh?
The coffee residue.
The conspiracy?
No, the coffee residue, leaving coffee, little bit
Oh,
in.
no, no, no. It was even before that. It didn't take long. Then it took me many years for me to figure out why. Finally, I figured out why. Because during the courting period, we were seeing each other only for 2 3 hours. There was no living together.
They show up all the good things of them during courting.
She, as well as me, both were putting on a lovely act. And for 2 3 hours, it is never a problem, right? Any drama, any movie that you go, it's 2 to 3 hours. So beautiful drama, both of us enacted. The moment we started living together, that's why you have to face each other for 24 hours. And not 24 hours. We know that this is going to be for the rest of the life. So all these controls start coming. Keep the cup there. What Priya was saying. Maybe that was the first fight. I don't know. I thought there was one before that. I can't remember. How much of coffee, you know, at the end can you leave? I also leave. I leave only 2 ml of coffee, but my wife leaves 15 ml of coffee. Not acceptable. Ideological differences.
All right, I have to leave,
The
so
idea
maybe
of
next
idea
time.
of 2 ml is okay. The idea of 15 ml is not okay. Yes, Sureshji.
But this
Sorry,
is,
let Suresh. He wanted to say
yes,
something.
sir.
Yes, I'm going to leave. So next Saturday,
You are going to?
I'm going to leave now this session. I have to go somewhere else.
Oh, that's fine. We are also about to close. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sureshji. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, Rajeshwari wanted to say something.
I was sorry, but I always see Mohan sir and Ushaji together, nicely sitting together, and we can't do that. So there are couples who are like, they are lovely couples.
We have
All
extended
couples are lovely, whether they fight or not. They are lovely couples.
we have extended our drama for 46 years.
Don't
And
we
the
have we not seen in movies Parvati and Shivan fighting? Huh? So
But the
consider yourself as Parvati and Shivan. For all these things also you must refer to Puranas.
well, on
Okay,
the
folks.
closing
So
note,
on the poll, I think most of you have. I think most people have voted. I think I have not checked. So I think I don't have to give the answer because we already discussed them in the sutras. Priya, are you listening? Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
Rajeshri, originally you voted yes and then you changed.
No,
You know,
I voted yes only.
you voted yes
The
only.
first
Okay.
answer, I don't know what I did. I don't know. The baby was sitting with me, and something must have happened. The first one is the right one. I didn't see that later. Did I change?
So
No.
I
No,
think
that's Lavanya.
uh, Lavanya Mohan also won. Initially, I think he voted yes and
Matter
then he
is the
voted.
same.
No,
That's what I
I
remember. I
said
said.
No.
no.
No, you know, you said no right up front. Okay. But Mohan sent me his explanation why he said no,
Yeah,
etc.
I'm
But anyways,
curious, but there are quite a few people who have said no.
Priya, please state why you said no.
Um, I thought the composition is different with, um, though the basic elements are same, the
Hmm.
composition could be different for different people. Um, um, uh, um,
Yeah, I mean, I could be thin. Somebody else could be
thin, and then
thicker
someone
than me.
could be
Can
big.
be shorter. That has nothing to do with the physical. Uh,
Mm,
elim-
mm,
we are going to the fundamentals, right? We are going right
mm,
up to the element. What is? Look at your blood report. It has the same potassium, calcium, iron, blah 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 blah. All
mm,
that. The
mm.
same thing
But the
as mine.
composition is different, I thought. Eh,
When you say composition, you have to be very careful. The amount of potassium may
mm,
be different. Amount of calcium as a quantity may be different, but the percentage of potassium will be the same or within that range. Correct? Otherwise, you will be in the. Otherwise, I'll
mm,
be in the hospital.
mm,
If my potassium level is low, I'll be in the hospital. If my potassium level is very high, also I'll be in the hospital. So it has been in that
mm,
range, which means we all fall into that range. We are all identical that way. I'm not even going there. I'm saying finally it is all down to the elements, right? Last week we saw Mohan very clearly presented that all these elements are there in the body, or all or most, whatever you want, however you want to call it. So
mm.
when all these elements are there in the body, all of us are identical.
In fact, Sutra 415 says that Vastu Samye means matter being the same. Chitta
Correct.
Beda Tayoho. It's actually the
Yes.
same sutra being asked as a poll.
Yes. Yes. That's what Mohan pointed out. As soon as I stated that sutra, read that sutra, oh, that's the pole.
The poll is that sutra only. That's it.
Yeah. So Mohan's contention. So I don't know what Priya was. It is not about the. It's the fundamental elements are the same. There's no difference. Based on the periodic table. But Mohan's answer was different. He said there is a chitta, and since the chitta with the samskaras are different, so it will be different. So then I said, no, no. My question was only with respect to the physical body. I had separated out the chitta.
Yeah, with the chitta, it's the same. I know, but since you talked about the physical body specifically,
Hmm.
that's when I too much of thinking had happened and gave the exact wrong answer. Too much thinking happens that happen. And I brought out that I thought about Samanavayu, Udanavayu. Okay, this person, the concept, the all the vayus are same for all the all the bodies, but the composition is different. So my part is like the difference of compositions. That's why it went to that answer.
I don't know what you're calling as composition. You're calling the composition as how a person is looking physically, outwardly different. That's what you're saying. That's what I understand from you
That
saying composition.
as no that may that's the exact thing you told that 20% of potassium, 150% of calcium, like that. I
Yes,
thought, oh, those things, that basic elements are the same, but
yes.
those things are different, and also
What is
some,
different? Those are the same. Then where is the difference?
no, the different in numbers.
Oh, marginally. I mean, I'm saying that margin. That even then, finally, it is potassium, right? Forget about the quantity. It is potassium.
I got it. I got it after the moment you said the sutra. I got
Yeah.
it.
If you had told me yes, because of the chitta it is different, then I can at least understand. That's what I told Mohan. Forget about the chitta. It's only the physical body you're talking about. Okay. Overthinking, yes. See, all these things come because you are, all the concepts are presented. The clarity has not come fully. All jigsaw puzzle pieces. Once they fit in, then it will be fine. So you have to assemble all the pieces together, and for that, that Ishvara has to extend his arm.
Hmm.
Patanjali Yoga Sutras and my explanation here is to give you those pieces, and then for everything to fall into place, that it has to come from Ishvara, and it will happen when you are focused. So on that note, can we wind up?
Yes. Namaste.
It's already
Thank you.
almost
Thank
9:15.
you.
Namaste. Thank you very
Thank
Namaste.
much.
you.
We'll see
Namaste.
you
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Namaste.
next week.
Namaste. Yeah.
Hopefully with a different, government next week. Let us see in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I had a last
Oh,
question,
election.
Kumarji. I mean, I'm sorry. I had one last question actually on
Yeah,
Swadharma. Swadharma can keep changing with time, right? Like, as you progress in your life,
of
it
course.
can never be the same. It's like not one goal or
May
none.
may or may not be. May or may not be.
Okay,
See, if you take Ramana Maharishi Swadharma from the age of 16 to the rest of his life, same thing, no different.
same. Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
it may or may not.
okay.
Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.